Good afternoon, traders. It is Thursday, August 23rd, 2018, and the U.S. stock market is closed. Dow continued its mild slide from its peak back here 3 days ago. It's nothing very extreme, but the Dow was officially down 77 points today. We had another good day, and we had about $7,000 in open trade positive equity. Yesterday, we closed that out at over $11,000 today. We got into 6 new positions. 4 were positive, 2 were negative, and we are holding positive $5,800 going into tomorrow. So another good day. I did, as I said yesterday, went back and looked at the spreadsheet for August, and it's interesting. We had a really bad streak in August. If you've been watching these videos, you've heard me yelling and screaming. And at one point, a few days ago, we were down $57,000 for August. That, by the way, represents a drawdown of 12 to 15% on my cash. So that's getting into the pain zone, no question about it, but it's not the greatest drawdown that I have sometimes had to endure. I I've been doing this for 20 years or so, and I basically have come to the conclusion that you can't do this kind of trading without once in a while encountering a drawdown that could go 25 to 30%. I mean, that's something like it's probably going to only happen maybe once every 2-3 years, but it will happen. And I would say after 30%, you need to cut bait. But it's never happened to me. In 20 years, it's never happened to me. The system always turns around. And living through drawdown is just something you have to be able to do if you're going to trade and make money. Anyway, this drawdown that went 12 to 15% this month did turn around, and presently as I say, at its worst we were down $57,000. We're down about $10,000 right now, so we're really pulled out of the dive here. August isn't over. We got about 5-6 trading days left. Things could go south again, I suppose, but I actually have a feeling that we're not going to go back down there and test those equity lows this month at all. But I'm just offering these statistics because I noticed when we get to draw down 8 to 10%, I start getting email from customers that are really upset, and my feeling is that they get in over their head or they simply cannot sustain losses. And if you want to be a trader, you're just going to have to live with the fact that you have to go through drawdowns and figure out some way of money management so you can handle that psychologically. Because what oftentimes happen is people get into their first bad drawdown and they give up. And when they give up, they're at a loss, and so trading has not gone well for them. You have to stick with it. Got to stick with the system. So try to work out money management systems that and keep in mind that you may have to sustain a 25 to 30% drop in equity from time to time, and you got to be able to hang in there so that the system will come back and make that money back up. And here in August we have seen how that has happened. Anyway, I just share those words of wisdom with you. Let's look at 3 of the stocks today that were good. This first one is this is long crude oil. Basically, it's a stock trading crude oil, and we back on Tuesday we bought this first hour, and it actually closed against us, but then we had this big gap up on yesterday, so we held on to it a third day. We get a little gap down this morning. That wasn't good, but it actually came up there a little for our exit. So we ended up exiting long crude oil with $3,000 in profit. The next good one we had was Tandem Diabetes Care. This has been a pretty good stock for us. We bought this yesterday on the second hour on the pop-up here, hung on to it, had pretty good profits on the close yesterday, but it went up very nicely for our exit this morning, and we got out of that with $3,300, $3.3 thousand in profit in Tandem Diabetes Care, and at least as far as the price action today, it looks like we got out pretty close to the top there. And then as far as stocks that we got into today, they were really good. This is the best one. This is AMD, Advanced Micro Devices Incorporated. We bought this yesterday. Not too much happened after we bought it, but big gap up this morning, and it kept going. And if you look at that, we are absolutely closing on its high in AMD, and that always is very encouraging. Good chance we will see some very good profits tomorrow if in fact we don't end up carrying it another day. So that's this way it went. Good Thursday. This is Trader Bob signing off. I will be back here tomorrow on Friday.